Barking dogs, hey, we know they can cause problems, but can they cause $500,000 worth of problems? Let's take a look at this week's case. Involves a real couple by the name of Norton, living up in Seattle. Well, the Norton family had a dog, and apparently this dog made a good amount of noise. And the neighbor living next door by the name of Thompson was upset about this, said, hey, you got to do something about this. He claimed that he had an odometer that made a reading of 128 decibels inside a house with dual pane windows as a result of the noise of this dog. Now, 128 decibels, what is that like? Well, that's about the sound of a jackhammer about 25 feet from you. So that is a pretty loud dog. Well, Thompson wasn't getting any success in getting this dog to quiet down, so he sued the Norton family, saying, you've got to bring an end to this. And he sought $500,000 in damages because of all the hassles, the noise, the interrupted sleep, and all of just the plain hassles he had been dealing with in dealing with this barking dog. The Norton family said, oh, come on, this is not a big deal. So the dog makes a little bit of noise, and they ignored the lawsuit. They thought it was a bogus lawsuit. Thompson, on the other side of the coin, said, no, I'm very serious about this. I filed the lawsuit. I've served them. This lawsuit's going forward. And when they did not answer, he got a default judgment. You get a default judgment by going to the court and saying, look, they haven't answered. They've been served. They know this lawsuit's going on. They're doing nothing. Therefore, I ask you to enter judgment against them. The court entered judgment against them. There was then a prove-up in which Thompson came forward and proved the kind of damages that he was suffering as a result of the howling dog, and the court entered judgment in the amount of $500,000. Now, the Nortons get served with an attachment order in which an effort is being made to actually attach their property and collect the full $500,000. They finally wake up and say, wow, this is for real, we better do something. But it's awfully late in the proceedings, and what they can do is very limited. So what do we learn from this case? What we learn from this case is a very simple thing. And what we learn from this case is that when you're served with a lawsuit, you better do something about it. At the very least, contact the people who served you with a lawsuit, find out what's going on and what you can do in order to resolve it or defend it. But don't leave it sit there, because you can wind up with a default judgment just as was brought against the Norton family. Okay, we bring you this case as we bring cases every week so you understand how the law works. I'm David Allen.